So this is our backyard, and over there is where they took out the hickory tree, and it's a really nice piece of earth and mulch right now. I'm going to take some of that and use in our garden, but also maybe plant like a flower garden over there. And this is my awesome compost pile that I started, and my handy pitchfork that I was using. I saw this thing online about a worm composting, so I may also upgrade and get that. And then the cable guy's here. But this is the area where I plan on doing my garden. Last year, as you can see, I have a strawberry box there on the right, which is got my strawberry plants under cover, under straw. This little garden is our Missouri wildflower garden. It's got a bunch of native plants, and we'll probably flesh that out even more this year. We went to a local Missouri nursery and got those. Those two guys right there, the poles and the trees, are heritage apple trees, which I ordered last year from a farm in Illinois. One is a black Oxford and one is a Zestar. But they are been in the ground for one season. They got planted last spring, so it'll probably be another year or two before we actually get apples. This pot is mint. It comes back every year. Over here, I had tomatoes growing in pallets, but once I pulled up the pallets, I found a bunch of sneaky strawberries that had propagated themselves, so I decided to save them, and I will replant them later. And then a bunch of garden stuff that needs to go away. And our arch to the left over here, or my left, are cucamelons, or Mexican sour gherkins, and those guys are my blueberry plants. But this whole area is going to be covered. We're going to do a box here, some gardening back there. We're going to put in a stock tank pool here, and then this whole area is going to be covered with raised beds. So I've got a lot to do. We're going to plant garlic plant bedding around the trees. We've got tomatoes, excuse me, onions. Oh my gosh, so much. Radishes, carrots. We're going to do the Three Sisters, which are corn, pumpkins, and pole beans. And Jimmy is going to build me a fence to keep the critters out, which was a hassle last year. The deer and the rabbits are no fun. This is a side garden. This guy will probably be taken out of or trimmed down. It's a holly bush. Over here, I've got big plans. This is where we're going to start our English cottage garden. We're going to basically add another couple feet out, so that way. And we took out a tree here that was growing way too close to the house. As you can see, it's kind of at an angle. But I've got big plans. So that guy, boxwood, is going to be out of here. It's going to be replaced by a bunch of flowers. I've got a rose coming. What else? A hydrangea, some phlox, some thistle, some native plants. I do have hostas over here in the front that should be coming back this year. Those were gifted to me by my dad's wife, Linda. So that's exciting, but all of this is the before. Again, all that's going to come out forward 2 feet. That guy's going to be gone. We're going to place a border here, bring this out another 2 feet. I don't know if you can see it, but that's kind of where my hosta is right there. And there's a couple more in there. But yeah, lots of work to do. It's only February. So the plan is to bring all this out by the end of March. Again, that's when this side's flowers will be shipping. I'm not going to do a dig garden. I'm not going to dig it up. I'm going to do the technique where you put cardboard down and then some fresh, nice dirt on top of it. And then basically let that kill out the weeds and use that. For the rocks, I was kind of worried about getting all that out of there. But upon closer inspection, let me show you. They're not actually that deep. There's dirt there. And she had, or the previous owner had, weed barrier down. But I did a test run right there. And it's really easy to cut a hole and dig up the dirt right there. And the dirt goes down definitely a couple feet. It was nice. It was like soft. So for the flowers, I'm going to plant here. I'll probably take some of this rock out, but if I, you know, it's going to be easy just to like open up a space, cut it out and plant them directly. But we'll see, because the boys actually have a rock box in the back instead of a sand box. So it might be something we just take a bunch of this out, wash it off and top up their rock box. But we will see what happens. I mean, I know it's a good weed barrier, but I still have to pull weeds out here, but that is to be determined. But needless to say, we cut this down, my husband and I, several trips back to the forest to dump it. And we still got a little bit more stump to grind there. It's hard work, but we're really excited. I can't wait for spring. Next week is supposed to be in the 60s, but we'll wait and see. And I should be able to get this going. And I can't wait to keep you guys updated.